too old to die young, too young to put down their gun. Their body ain't what it used to be, few bones replaced by steel. Okay, it's a rainy morning here in the Burgundy. We've had, day 3 of pretty much non-stop rain. Little garden update, and it's not a good one. With the rain this time of the year, the slugs are out, and they are already causing major damage. So that's going to be the war for the next month, I think. Anyway, onwards and upwards. Okay, tonight I am playing in Macon in the Barrel House, which is it's a very cool gig for me because it's kind of my first real home bar here in France, and it's I'm kind of playing for friends. A lot of them are my friends, and I really enjoy playing there. It's like almost like a homecoming in a weird way. So I'm really looking forward to that. The weather is not the greatest, but that's okay because I kind of do like playing inside there as well. It becomes more intimate and more stuffed place. So right now I'm just quick string change. I usually try to do gigs with a fresh set of strings because yes, they do sound a little bit better. I'm not a crazy fan of like really bright brand new strings, so ideally I do it a few days before, but the thing is that the fresher they are, the less likely they are to break in the middle of a gig, and that's the important part for me. Get through the gig without breaking any strings, which is very highly unlikely, and that's why I always have 2 guitars with me. But there's another thing I'm dealing with today, which actually why I wanted to talk to you guys, is something that's really got to my nerves lately. And it's funny because I lived with it for years and it didn't bother me that much at all. Is the pickup system. I have a Fishman Sonotone pickup system, which is just your box standard piezo pickup under saddle. So basically it's under the saddle here. The pressure of the strings is picked up by a piezo pickup, and as a result it's driven then in the preamp that is built in here, and that preamp requires a 9-volt battery, and that 9-volt battery traditionally has been in a little pouch attached inside the guitar. They last quite a long time, but when they do go, it's a real pain in the hole because they rarely go, when it suits you. They usually go in situations where you're then in a big panic to change them. It happened to me during the week in a rehearsal, which is not the worst place because rehearsal you can kind of take a break. But we're still paying by the hour, so it's annoying as well. The new version of Sonotone pickups, if you buy a guitar that has that built in, they changed how it works. So you have actually instead of the plug going through the heel of the guitar, so the back end of the guitar, which to me is the strongest place to put the cable. They actually cut a section out of here, and they put a little thing that has the socket and also has a plastic cover for the battery to come out, which in a way is handier, but at the same time I don't want to cut a hole in a guitar. To me it's all about the wood, this stuff, as much of it as possible. Like I used to have one of those Fishman big systems here that was heavy on the guitar, and it also big chunk on the side of the guitar. If you have laminate sides and backer sides, it probably won't have that much of an effect on the sound, but for me, no, I prefer not to have that. I prefer the pickup system, as little interference with the guitar as possible is the ideal. So I have been thinking about this. I think it would be safe to say that every five to 6 years, I kind of do tend to change my mind about these things, and I'm at a point at the moment again. So instead of fishing out this battery that's fallen off the pouch and I'm banging against the guitar inside, I'm going to go for passive system in the near future. A few different ones that I'm looking at. I did use for years a Soundhole magnetic pickup, and I actually did like the sound of it a lot. Now it's lacking just a tiny bit of that kind of really punchy attack that you get from a piezo, but that's also why some people don't like them, because of that punchy attack. It can be really harsh. But I've kind of learned to work with that a lot over the years. But again, I'm once again in a very different situation where, yes, I'm doing solo shows, and then I'm also now playing with the band, and it's a different dynamic of a band than I have played in the past, because there's a bass player, a drummer, and an acoustic guitar. So I don't need to punch the same way. I need more kind of the mid-range penetration. Yeah, I'm really thinking about changing the system. I'm looking at a few different options. I will keep you updated once I get to the decision. But this is a real pain in the hole, getting this battery in and out. So if it's a passive system, what that means is that I will have external preamp, which I'm going to place on my pedal board, which is where I think it should be. I will have exactly the same preamp for any of the guitars that I use, so it's more consistent. Even though both of my main gigging guitars, the Martin and this Musima, has the same pickup system. But yeah, I might be a little bit more adventurous with these systems and see what I can get. As I said before, this Musima it's fought a good fight for 23 years, and I'm kind of more and more worried about taking it out these days. Not in the sense of like it's too valuable. It's just it's unreplaceable. They don't make these guitars anymore. There was very few of them to start off with. So if something would happen to it, I'd have to replace it with something else. And I'm kind of attached to this guitar, so something tells me that this guitar probably don't have too many shows left in it as the kind of main working guitar. It might be as a backup there, but I will be looking to semi-retire soon. Hopefully, if I get enough concerts to pay for it, I can look into an alternative. Yep. New strings. Then we're getting ready for tonight in Macron, and it should be a great night. Really looking forward to it.
Sunrise breakfast or black coffee with a side serving of codeine. It keeps me going, dear, until it's late enough for a beer. You might think it's the years, but it's the miles and bitter tears. Never thought I made it this far. Still got some gas left in the car.
Right. I think we're good to go with this one. Okay, I forgot to mention the string choice. Sorry, I'm going to take this price tag off there first because it covers the cover. My strings choice for the Musima, which is a cedar top guitar with mahogany back and sides. It really likes the EJ17s of the Dario Phosphor Bronze. These are really, really cool strings for that. Weird enough, the Martin, which is all Sabelli, it's a little bit, I said duller sounding, but like softer sounding than the Musima is. So for that, I used the EJ12s, which are just bronze strings. Basically, it's exactly the same, except they're just bronze strings. So yeah, the Dario EJ17s and EJ12s. Those are my preferred strings these days. I wasn't paid to say that. Right, gear packing time. Make sure I have everything. For once I got around to actually making a packing list. Which is if you're a musician, a gig regular, it's a handy thing to have. And here's the difference. When I was playing in Dublin, because I was playing every day, I had my stuff packed. Not only did I have my stuff packed, ready to go all the time, very often it was in the porterhouse where I was playing, stored there. So it hardly, like, the guitar came home, but like, pedal board and all the wires and cables and everything didn't come home. But also, there was a built-in sound system where now I'm doing gigs where I'm bringing my own sound system, so there's more to bring, and I'm bringing my own lights, which is more to bring as well. Those lights that you've been seeing me using the videos here in Grange, they're exactly the same lights that I use for my gigs. 4 cheap lights that I got from Amazon a couple of years ago, and they served me great. So, fantastic. Anyway, so packing stuff. Right, let's do this. You never have too many extension leads or plug boards. I do have a smoke machine as well, which I love using because it creates this thing where the lights kind of pop up differently. It's not a very thick smoke, it's more like kind of a foggy smoke machine. And it's just it gives the lights more effect. But tonight I'm playing in the barrel house and it's raining, so I'm definitely going to be indoors. And indoors, that place on a squeeze fits about 40 people, I'd say. So I think smoke machine would it'd be a little bit too much, I think, for that setting. But soon the smoke machine's coming on. Okay, that's it. A couple of essential things. Gaffer tape, you always need it. But these things, lately I found them to come really, really handy. Little clamps, they're very strong and they kind of attach to anything, so especially for the lights, if I want to put them somewhere higher up and there's somewhere to latch them on, these work great. Really good. So, packing list. What do we have here? We have spare guitar leads, 2 cables. I have 2 more in the house. That's all I need. One more extension lead here that I might need. I have 2 kettle leads. I think that's us. Let's just double check the list. Sound system, 2 guitars, microphone stand, 4 microphone leads have it, 2 guitar leads have it, 2 kettle leads have it, 3 plug boards. Okay, I have 1, 2. I should have 1 more just in case, I think. This really is a backup more than anything else. I don't really need it, but backup. Somebody wise said once, 3 is 2, 2 is 1, 1 is none. Which means always have a backup. And preferably backup of a backup. There we go. Need battery for that.
There's a rasp in my voice that's not there by a choice, but I keep on singing these songs as long as there's air left in my lungs. I never gave up on that dream. You were the one who believed in me, even when they told us we were wrong. We found a place where we belong. You might think it's the years, but it's the miles and the bitter.
In the Burl house, all set to go, all set up, and chatting a beer and just chilling for a bit before the gig. It is a miserable day, so hopefully some people come out, but I'm pretty sure they will.
If anything could ever break this mood again, the only thing I'll ever ask of you, but can't promise not to stop when I say when. No, don't just the same, but I came to love you, I'm born to bleed. Any old time you keep me waiting, waiting, waiting. Oh, I got a love that keeps me waiting. In the doghouse again, I feel like I can't get away. I'm in the doghouse again, I feel like I can't get away. It's okay, you have to the other way. You can try to understand. Many times I don't know where you're going. Stay alive, stay alive. Keep sitting back in